This is Marty's Gang, musically incorrect. We are gonna do right now "On Through the Night" by Def Leppard, "Women and Children First" by Van Halen, and "British Steel" by The Priest.
I only have it on cassette. Sorry.
Otto, I'm gonna tell you my story when I first bought British Steel. What's your story?
When I first got British Steel,
Yeah, how old were you?
I was 10. I don't really remember.
Did you buy it at a drugstore in West Winnipeg?
It would either have been at
Edmonton.
Apple Valley Records in the mall, or what was that place on Main Street? Kelly's.
Kelly's, but it was also called Grooveyard later, right?
Oh yeah, way later. But I think it was Kelly's.
It was Kelly's.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was Harris's Music at one point.
Don't remember that
Harris, Kelly's. Yeah, I think Kelly's is right.
One thing about "On Through the Night," it kind of parallels "House of the Holy" in the sense that the title track for the album is on the next album.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing with the first three songs?
Yeah, we just started with like a little history.
We are history, but
Yeah.
we're just like back in school.
All right, track ones we have "And the Cradle Will Rock," "Breaking the Law," and "Rock Brigade." Pops.
Ooh.
You know what? I got to go Priest on that. Breaking the Law. It's a great song. I will tell you that. So when you heard these, so for me, I was listening to High and Dry first. For some reason, I found On Through the Night later. I know it sounds weird, but Otto totally reminds me of Priest, 100%. Just sitting at your place listening to that stuff, and it's a great song. Love that album actually too.
Yeah, Jobber, I know what you got behind you. So,
Well, I'd say, I think I should touch upon all the songs really quickly. "Breaking the Law," I just don't. That's one of their weaker songs, in my opinion. It's just very, very droning on and redundant. But Rock Brigade was quite interesting. I mean, I love the background vocals to that. It's a great opener to that album. It really gives you a sense of very early Def Leppard. But got to go with Cradle. I mean, I think the very fact that you think it's a rhythm guitar, but it's not. It's a Wurlitzer electric piano pumped through distortion through Marshall amps that apparently burst into flames when they were recording it. That's a stroke of genius to me. And then the lyrics are great. Apparently Dave Lee Roth got into trouble touring with Wolfie because he kept on saying, "Have you seen Wolfie's greats?" I think Eddie told him to stop doing that.
That's funny how sensitive the younger generation is. But yeah, the Wurlitzer is just such a unique thing. So I think "And the Cradle Will Rock" is one of the best Van Halen songs ever. Most unique.
Okay. I'm going Van Halen, yeah. "And the Cradle Will Rock." It's one of the classic Van Halens for me. I don't ever get sick of it. I love that song. "Breaking the Law," it's okay. It's almost, I like it, but it's almost more of a joke sometimes.
It's Beavis
and Butthead.
Yeah.
Breaking the law. But it's a decent song.
Settle down, Beavis.
And "Rock Brigade" is a pretty good
It
song.
is good. Yeah.
Too. Not a bad song, but they don't come close to. And the
17-year-old kids in
Yeah.
Def Leppard playing against Priest on their sixth album, and Van Halen at their height. Tough to beat.
It's tough. Yeah.
Rock Brigade
Yeah.
a great song for Def Leppard in their early days, but they're kids. They're not.
Yeah.
I just want to say Van Halen didn't reach their height till 5150. Just gonna throw that out there.
Fair warning. Fair warning is there.
All right, I'm actually turning Hops' feet off right now.
Okay, anyways.
I'm gonna walk down the hill and push you into the pool, Hops.
Okay,
Come over, say hi to Sammy.
This is it, Cabo Wabo. This one's easy for me. "On the Cradle Will Rock" is probably my favorite Van Halen song of all time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that song's just freaking awesome. So
it is awesome.
Okay, Van Halen strikes first. Song 2, "Everybody Wants Some," "Rapid Fire," and "Hello America." Ops.
Yeah, everybody wants some. great song. I do. You know, it's funny. Like of the early Van Halen, this is one of my favorite Van Halen albums, and that's a great song for me. Love it.
Yeah. Jobber.
I want some too. How about you? Well, I just love the jungle drum beat and all that. It's pure Dave at his like sardonic best. Gotta love it.
Totally. And Hops, as we discussed with your living situation in the old days with Torpedo Girl, I'm pretty sure that this was DQ's favorite Van Halen song. He loved it, and he would play it repeatedly.
I will tell you, it's definitely his favorite Van Halen album. It was like front and center 24/7.
Yeah, me and him, we went through this at parties, and one of your buddies, Colin M, and me and him would talk about it, and he'd go, "Why doesn't DQ stop playing this album?" And I go, "I don't think he can. He loves it so much."
Tony. Rock and roll.
Well, yeah, I'm going Van Halen. For me, it's not actually too close. Again, the first 5 Van Halen albums for sure are almost unbeatable. So I gotta go Van Halen. Sorry.
There's 5, Diver Down.
What's wrong with Diver Down?
Sucks. It's brutal.
Yeah, it's not my favorite either.
I'm gonna go with Everybody Wants Some Well for the sweep. I'm not actually that big on that song, but it's just better than the other two.
Better than the competition.
So, yeah. Okay, so 2 for Van Halen. Song 3, Fools, Metal Gods, and Sorrow is a Woman.
Sorrow is a Woman.
I'll go Metal Gods, but I got to tell you guys a really quick story. And I know I've told you guys this, but so my wife her buddy worked for Air Canada at YVR, and they got a call saying Van Halen is at the airport. And so she rushes down there because she's a huge David Lee Roth fan, runs into him and says, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" You know what he said? "Fuck you."
No.
That's what he said. This is what he said. So you get why I like Sammy? Just say it.
5150, baby.
Wow.
Anyway,
I think after a couple of early episodes, Rock kind of did that at the Penticton airport too.
later.
Metal Gods, I mean, it really is kind of Priest does the anthem so well, and this is one of those great, typically Priesty type of anthems. But I was going to say, going back to Rapid Fire, it's like actually Rob Halford actually created a new word in the English language. Desolating.
Oh, wow.
Like he just made that up because it sounded cool. So
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Priest as well. It's a good song. It's not outstanding, but the competition on this particular threesome isn't that.
It's pop metal.
I do like Fools, but yeah, Metal God's easy. It's actually one of my favorite Priest songs, and I do remember watching you know how they have those episodes of how albums are made or whatever, and the house that they're recording in, there's the one part, and they're opening and closing like a utensil drawer to get that sound.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
I thought
really
that was
cool.
pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah. So sweet Metal Gods. We're 2-1-0. So we got Romeo Delight, Grinder, and It Could Be You. Hops.
I need some help on this, boys. It Could Be You. I actually think that album is I love Raw. Like you guys know, like when bands come along and they put out the first few albums and sooner or later things get polished. There's something in the rawness that I really gravitate to. So I'm gonna go that route on this one.
I'm not 100% sure of which. I saw an interview with Joe Elliott, and there's a song on this album, and I don't know which one it is. It might be this one, but there's one that sounds exactly like Thin Lizzy. Don't know which one it is. Because I tried to listen to On Through the Night over and over again, and other than Rock Brigade and a couple other songs, nothing stuck. Satellite stuck with me, but not a lot else. Like, because you're comparing them to these three albums, right?
Yeah. Jobber?
Could be, it could be you, could be me, or it could be Grinder.
Could be anyone.
Grinder.
Yeah. And looking for me. Yeah. Grinder. I mean, that is again pure Priest. And no, I don't mind the others, but yeah, Priest kind of edges them out.
Isn't that what they named that website after?
Romeo Delight's one of the greatest Van Halen songs of all time. It has got such speed, such complexity, and it is like, so you have like about 6 or 7 whiskeys, and then you want to set up all the amps in your house, and then you want to get that sound where it's like before you even plug the guitar in, it's like buzzing, and you want to try and do that. It's faster than punk rock. It's faster than anything. It's the greatest Van Halen guitar rhythm song ever.
Whoa, JT, you need 6 or 7 whiskeys to think that.
We can phone DQ right now. He'd agree with me.
Yeah, I know DQ would, which actually proves our point.
All right. Yeah, I know that a lot of old school Van Halen people love that song. I think it's garbage. It actually takes the album down a few notches for me. I still think it's slightly better than Diver Down, but it takes
slightly.
Yeah, takes the album down for me. It's that bad for me, so I'm going Def Leppard.
You're going It Could Be You?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going It Could Be You as well. I mean, it's short, it's fast, it's in your face. Yeah, lyrically, it sounds like Gene Simmons wrote it. but no, I like It Could Be You.
Sit down with a freaking Stratocaster with you and show you how hard that is to play. To make that
Romeo Delight?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no doubt. But I mean, to me, Romeo Delight is the Girl Gone Bad. It's just like
social disease.
I can hear. This is my favorite Van Halen album.
JT,
but I can hear the song 100 times and never remember a damn thing from it.
Yeah.
I want to be clear on something, boys. Just because something is hard to play does not make it good.
Go ahead. Move on.
Okay, Van Halen doesn't have a 5th track, so we're Judas Priest United taking on Def Leppard Satellite and When the Walls Come Tumbling Down.
Ooh,
Ops.
That's a tough one. I actually like all of those songs.
They are all good.
I gotta go Satellite, just because.
Really?
Yeah, I know it sounds odd. I don't. You know what's funny is the more I listen to this album, the more I like it, and I think it's probably because I haven't listened to it a lot. I know that sounds weird, but no. I'm like, when we say we overdosed on things, that's kind of my wheelhouse. It's like when I hear something that I think not everybody knows, I tend to gravitate towards it. So I'd go Satellite on this.
Okay. Jobber?
Waltz. It's interesting. I was going to say about Satellite. Does it remind you of Rock Bottom a bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I think the voice. The only thing about it
on this. Sorry to interrupt you, Jobber. This is a chameleon-esque album, and this is why Def Leppard became the greatest band of that new wave of heavy metal. Is that they have a UFO song, they have a Thin Lizzy song, they have an AC/DC song. They didn't know who they were. They were 17 years old.
Yeah, because there's some
eventually
Nazareth in
figured
there as
out
well.
who they were. But yeah, it does sound like UFO for sure.
And it's got like the Maiden-esque voiceover there, and there's almost an immigrant song kind of vibe to Waltz, which is interesting. But
I was a huge fan of Manchester United. Awesome song, sing-songy. So the point I was going to make earlier, this album takes metal from the 70s and 80s, or early 70s, or mid 70s, late 70s, and turns it into anthem rock. That's I think that
that's a good
British
point.
Steel changes everything, and then they don't even go like on Point of Entry and Screaming for Vengeance. They go back and they start turning to Deep Purple. But
This is like the gateway song to Let It Rock Bon Jovi.
yeah, exactly. How do you make heavy metal pop?
I can't answer.
Anthem.
Right. United is an anthem. Metal Gods is an anthem. Living After Midnight's an anthem. This is an anthem album beyond the roof for any other metal album. Right. And there's simple songs that are 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Usually I like that kind of thing. That's right in my wheelhouse. I would say United, though, as far as kind of the popular Judas Priest songs, has got to be one of the worst popular Judas Priest songs.
Why do you think that?
I really hate that song.
hate
Again,
that,
it's not their
especially-
worst or anything, but they're popular ones that people know. That's not for me. So I'm going Satellite.
All right. Satellite's a good song. Why? What bugs you about that song, though?
Is the chorus, just what you were mentioning.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a sing-songy soccer song. Really?
But that's what I like about it.
Okay with it's just that chorus is a little
Yeah.
too much. I can't do it.
I'm with Rock on that one.
Yeah, Satellite would be my last pick. When the Walls Come Tumbling Down, it's got that Road Warrior, Mel Gibson type feel to it. But totally, I'm going United. I really like it. But it doesn't really matter. It's 3-2 def on that one. So,
But I think Ottawa, that's a sentimental song for you. Like for me, that reminds me of you, that song. I just remember singing that at your place back in the day.
yeah, I really love that song still to this day. Okay, after side one, we got Van Halen 2, Def Leppard 2, Judas Priest 1. We're in tight.
Well, they say it's kind of frightening how this younger generation swings. You know, it's more than just a sensation. But the kid